A janitor named George was mopping the floor at the train station. He noticed a young woman sitting alone, her face buried in her hands. Crying quietly, he kept mopping, not wanting to bother her. But then he saw a man in a suit approach her. "Hey, sweetheart." "Why the long face?" he said. Sitting too close, the woman shifted away. "Leave me alone," she whispered. The man grinned. "Come on. I'm just trying to cheer you up." George gripped his mop handle tighter. The man reached for her arm. She flinched. George walked over. "Excuse me, sir." The man looked up annoyed. "What, the lady asked you to leave her alone?" George said firmly. The man stood up, towering over him. "And who do you think you are?" "Just a janitor. Mind your business." George didn't move. "I'm a person asking you to step away." The man leaned closer. "You wanna lose your job over some random woman?" George looked him in the eye. "If that's what it costs." The man stared for a long moment, then muttered whatever and walked off. The woman looked up, tear-stained and shaken. "Thank you," she whispered. George nodded and returned to mopping. An hour later, a man in a sharp suit approached him. "Excuse me, I am looking for the janitor who helped my daughter." George's heart sank, thinking the father would be angry. Instead, the man simply nodded appreciatively. "She called me in tears," he said. Said a stranger protected her when no one else would. He handed George an envelope. Inside was a check for $10,000 and a business card. "I own a security company," the man said. "I need people with your instincts." George stared at the check. "Sir, I was just doing what anyone should." The man smiled. "That's exactly why I want you. Drop a heart if you believe. One small act of courage can change life."